I will be starting sharp at 7. And anybody has any queries, they can right now write in the chat box. I hope you know where is the chat box. So here is the chat box, and please write all your questions here as much, because whichever questions are written here, they will get first priority to answer. Okay. And then if the time permits, we will take the other questions which are directly asked. Okay. And if you're not able to fully explain the question, write in short, then we will have an interactive discussion. So not an issue. Okay. All right. So we are starting, and I repeat that anybody has any query, please write in the chat box right now itself. Okay. In the meantime, I am going ahead. I will make the slides along with my lecture. And if I need to explain you in between, then I will use my notepad. Can you all see my notepad?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So anybody here from the finance, accounts, commerce side, please attend. I am not a knowledgeable on engineering, HR, softwares, mechanical, doctors, no, dentist. Please, my request, I am not connected with your profession. I don't understand. This is only for finance, accounting, commerce, etc. And my number is 9167446744. I am now 65 by age. So I have decided to share as much knowledge with the younger generation free of charge, without in order for them to get benefit of my knowledge, especially that I worked in the industry for 30 years, from 1980 to 2010. Okay. And I also am last 12 years, I am 2010 or 11, okay, 10 to 2022. I am a faculty and consultant. Faculty and consultant. Okay. And this is my call and WhatsApp number. Generally WhatsApp. Generally WhatsApp. Do not call. Call, no, please. If I feel that calling is required or talking is required, then I will talk to you. But do not call, because I get too many calls and I won't be able to handle everybody's call. Okay. Then today's session is primarily for how to handle the interviews, how to crack the interviews, and how to get the interview calls. Okay. So if you have anything more required in the form of help, then please send WhatsApp to me. Okay. Now, luckily, I worked in 7 countries. Okay. USA, Singapore, Australia, India, London, Bulgaria, Japan. Okay. Then I worked in 7 companies. Crompton Greaves, then Mafatlal Industries, then Blue Star, then Foundation Software, then Reliance Infocom, then Gammon India, and then I worked in Mittal Group Europe. So I also worked therefore in 7 sectors, 7 countries, 7 companies, 7 sectors. Okay. So that is my luck, that I could get a different chair. I could work both in manufacturing and service sector. I could work in a smallest city like Nasik and Surat, but I could work a lot also in Mumbai, New York, London, Singapore, Sydney. So sometimes the people have feeling that I'm coming from a smaller city, and how one can, feel the inferiority complex. I have gone through that phases. Because when I first time came to Mumbai, people used to feel what this Nasik man know. So I had my challenges. Then I am not great. If you are feeling that I am a great man, no. It is a story of both big successes and big failures also. So do not think that it was a great rosy path. No, not at all. I am some super intelligent. No, no, no. Okay. Nothing like that. And everything I went and conquered. No, nothing like that. So somebody is carrying the impression Mr. Bhave is great. Please don't have that feeling. Okay. So having said that, the point is whatever successes I got, I will share reasons, and whatever failures I had, I will share with you frankly the learnings out of those failures. Okay. And that should help you, including the interviews, etc., wherever I felt challenges. Okay. But our major focus will be how to get the interview calls. Number of interviews given by me during 30 years were at least 100. At least 100. And I must have got selected almost 80% of those interviews. And 20% I might have got rejected or no response. And in this 80% selections or 80 jobs, one, salary not matching, salary expectation according to them was high, salary not matching. Second, the vacancy was prolonged, vacancy was offered after I signed another appointment, another offer letter. So I had many times in my life a situation where I had signed an offer for so much amount of salary and very good. Next day, a little higher salary and a little better company came, but I remained committed. Wherever I signed, I will never. And third is which I took. But I took only 7, so you can imagine. Right? Okay. Now I will move to my. So I am starting with my PowerPoint slides directly so that you get the idea on how we are going to go about it. Okay. Are you able to see my PowerPoint slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the first, as I said, this is my number, that is 9167446744. Always WhatsApp, do not call because I get too many calls. Are you able to see my number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And I am discussing now what is the way to crack the interviews and how to get interview calls. Okay. So how to crack interviews? First thing is you must know the source. Okay. Source from where you got interview call. Okay. One possibility is that you got the call because of employee referral. that is some employee within that company sent your CV and the HR called you. Second, friend referral. That is, your friend is not in that company, but he knows somebody in that company and your CV is sent. Third is, in simple language, Naukri. Fourth is placement assistants, placement consultants. Fifth is apply for vacancy. Okay, applying for vacancy, where either it came on advertisement or it came on WhatsApp, etc. You know those persons, right? Now, whichever way we have got the call for the interview, we need to bear certain things in mind, that we should go with a confidence, all right, go with a confidence, fact that your CV is shortlisted and you are called for interview, means basically you are prima facie fit for position. I'll give you an example. Yesterday there was a person who was coming for my interview, who was going for an interview, who was my student, and I asked him that how can you, he said that I have seen the job profile and I am finding that they have called me for interview. They have written about accounts, taxation, etc. IFRS. I know that, but I do not know about US GAAP, and they are expecting that. Okay. I request everybody not to write hi, hello in the chat, because I unnecessarily stop my lecture and go to that chat to think that you are asking some query. So if you have query, then only write in the chat box, and query also related to the subject. Otherwise, please don't write in the chat box, because the number of people attending are quite a lot. It should not happen that my focus is on this thing. Okay. Okay. So it means prima facie you are fit for the position. So just because one of the areas, one of the areas of work you are not aware, does not mean that they will ask you questions on that and reject you. No, no, no. This does not happen. This does not happen. Because if you have not written something in the CV, not written in CV, then they expect you to grasp that job after joining. So please do not become underconfident, etc. Okay. Then I'll go to the next, make the next slide, that as I'm saying again and again, very strong preparation on points mentioned in your biodata. I have seen some of the people, they mention a lot of points, and when question is asked, they say, I have done this 5 years ago, hence do not remember. This is not correct. Not correct. Because if you do not remember what you have done, then why you put it into CV? Drop from CV. Anything you cannot talk about. Okay. Anything you cannot talk about, drop from the CV. Okay. After that, what should be in CV? One, what you have done and remember and can talk about, or and what you have done but do not remember but can revise or refresh before interview. Yes, that should be in the CV. And third, what you have not done personally but done some part or as a team, you can still explain it. So no reason to say that, oh, I don't know this, I have done only this much part. Avoid words. Avoid words. Okay. This work, this part of the work was done by other team. Or no, not. I'm writing you unfortunately. Basically, please avoid such kind of words. Okay. Basically, unfortunately. Then do not argue. Never argue. Do not argue. If at all views differ with interviewer, then just smile and leave it at that. Okay. Then take interviewer on or divert him to speak on your strength areas. Avoid talking on your weak areas. Okay. Avoid talking on your weak areas. Now, these are very general tips, but I'm giving you some example. I was a candidate. As a candidate, I went for interview in telecom sector. They asked me, you have worked only in manufacturing sector. How can you handle service sector? Okay. What should I reply? I said that, look, my company also had information technology as a business line, which I have handled. Similarly, our products required maintenance service contracts, and I have worked on that SBU as well. Okay. Then the next point is that points you must highlight. Okay. Your strengths. Okay. For example, if you have passed CA in first attempt, then ensure to speak about it. You passed CA with 51.3% marks. Do not even speak about it. Some people have an habit, to say, I passed my CA in first attempt with 15% marks. Now, the advantage of talking about first attempt is lost by saying 51% mark. So the interviewer asks you, oh, you got very less marks. And then the candidate starts telling that, no, in CA, the marks don't matter. This kind of discussion should not happen. The whole discussion should happen on the fact that what are your strengths and how an organization can use them. Then website of company own and interviewers. You must know well both of them. Then key points and latest updates. If you are going for IFRS interview, then must know latest standards like IFRS 15, IFRS 16, and even 17 now. 17 is insurance. Okay. Also know amendments in IFRS of 21 and 22. Okay. Then smile. Let me write here, good gestures. Smile. Ask your friends, does your face look smiling? Then next is never show regret or inferiority complex on your face. Any weak point found, do not explain too much. For example, one of the very important interview, I reached late and the MD did not like it. And he said so. He said, I don't like you reaching late for such an important interview. Now, honestly, I could have said, oh, train was late. Oh, there was a traffic jam. Oh, I had some urgent call came. I did not say anything. I simply gave a very mild smile. I said, sorry, something which, I could have better avoided. Leave it at that. Don't go into 4 or 5 sentences explaining him, actually the train comes from this side, but today there was a blockage, or my car came up to the Dadar, but beyond that there was a huge crowd because of some accident. Interviewer is not interested. On the contrary, he carries a feeling. Okay, if you argue or justify, then he feels you are more justifying errors than moving forward and working on solutions. So do not keep on arguing out these things. They are not vital. Okay. Then all questions on points in CV should be answered in 3 to 4 sentences. Beyond that, take a pause, judge whether interviewer wants something more. Then only continue. Sometimes he may go in interactive mode. Sometimes he may go in the interactive mode. In that case, you don't have to continue your talk. Then start replying. Okay. Another thing is that if there is a give practical example of each point. Okay. So it may happen sometimes that the interviewer asks you, how good is your knowledge on, let's say, income tax? So you can say, okay, I know the latest amendments. I know something of international tax also. I have filed the returns for the limited companies also. Now these are first 3 sentences. Your next sentence should be that, for example, in one of the listed companies case, I could interpret the meaning of the scientific research expenditure and could save for the company a few lakhs of rupees. Okay. Then let's talk about communication skills. Slight drama with smile is needed, but do not overdo. Do not try to get sympathies. Like somebody came for the interview and he was not able to answer the questions. Okay. Now, if you are not able to answer the questions which are mentioned in the CV, it is better to smile and leave it at that. Go back. When you go back, accept your defeat and study better for the next interview. There is no point in cribbing and feeling bad or trying to justify why you do not know it. Failures should be taken as positive strokes. Okay. Then have link of job profile and your CV established. Find where are the points in CV and points in job profile are matching. Speak maximum on that. Okay. So interviewer will feel he got ready-made material. Then salary negotiation. If you are in a stronger position, then negotiate hard. No need to give up. My experience had been once or twice or three times at least, I got double the salary. I said, wait, I will give some more interviews if required. But I am not going to budge on what I deserve. You should treat it as if you are getting a promotion outside the organization. But if it is weak position, for example, first job or not getting selected or not getting interview calls. Now these things don't happen actually. You can get interview calls or lost job, etc. In that case, you are in a weak position. So then negotiate, but not hard or not over negotiate. What is negotiation? Negotiation does not mean negotiation, salary negotiation. Negotiation does not mean employer quoting low figure and gradually starts increasing offer, or you quoting very high figure and gradually start decreasing. That is not the case. Decide high figure after listening proposal by company. Tell them you will revert. If required, phone me. And then on a decided lower figure, which may not be the offer, quote that and leave it at that. Okay. If possible, be mobile. if possible, look for stock options from the company. If possible, do not highlight that you cannot sit late or work on weekends. But if company tells you that are basic needs, then make clear your stand. All right. Now I'm taking a break and asking you questions, asking you to ask me questions. Okay, I can see here one question. Let me try to answer that. It's a long question. Sir, if passed with multiple attempts, what to reply? If you have passed with multiple attempts, first of all, they will not ask you a question, because if they didn't want the candidates with multiple attempts, they would not have called you. You cannot hide multiple attempts. So if still they ask, why did you take so many attempts to pass CA? Your answer should be, well, CA has perhaps the best standard of assessing the quality in all over the world. So I'm proud that though it took me some time, I could become worthy for such a high qualification. And that's more important to me. And leave it at that. Okay. Don't answer beyond that. Then I see a question. I have one question related to offer letter. If I accepted offer letter of company A and I got a better offer of company B after 2 days, so can I say no to the company A for not joining on agreed date, even though I have submitted all my documents and given the confirmation of acceptance? Never do that. Never do that. If you have accepted A, stick to that. Okay. Tell B, sorry, you are late. Okay. On the other hand, you have accepted A and you find that there is something wrong with company A, then frankly talk to each other. Yeah, I am feeling very uncomfortable in joining the kind of situation your company is. But this is a very rare case. So suppose you get the offer letter from company A, then ring up company B and say that I am looking for an opportunity with you, but I have to convey at another place today only. So would you mind telling me your decision? And if they say, no, if you want to discuss, come now itself, go there and take the offer letter if it is there. But once you sign, document submission is okay. But confirmation, written confirmation of offer letter on email, you're done. Don't then. Okay, then I think Midnash, it is not a strength then. I don't know what you mean by that. Sir, scope for CMA or not? CMA scope is of course there. CMA is a very strong degree. Okay, CMA is a very strong degree. So scope is not there. Aisa nahi hai. Scope is there. Now you will ask me the question whether the CMA scope is as strong as for a chartered accountant. Answer is no. Answer is clearly no. Okay. Because CAs have done 3 years hard work and there they get to know how to deal with the world. So there is bound to be a testing ground for a CMA. Even I'll tell you, in CA, the 3rd year is allowed as an industrial training. So a CA with 2 years articleship experience and 1 year as industrial trainee is preferred over CA with 3 years articleship. Even among CAs with a big 4 articleship are preferred over CAs with the other firm articles. So you need not feel underconfident because you are a CMA and not a CA. CA has its own worth, CMA has its own worth. So is there a scope or not? Yes, there is a scope. But you have to look at it other way around. Okay. What is other way around? Do I know taxation as much as the CA who is being interviewed? Do I know the costing concepts as much as the CA knows? Do I know the latest changes in IFRS, etc., as much as the CA knows? If not, then one should not expect the scope for CMA as much as a CA. And it is a fact that the brand of CMA is not as strong as the CA. So we will have to live with that limitation. There is no option for that. But a broad question like, sir, scope for CMA or not, yes or no? The answer is yes, because everything is relative. Tomorrow you will ask me, how is the scope for CMA versus BCom? I'll say, of course, CMA has higher scope. Or you will ask me CMA versus MBA finance with a C class institute. I'll say CMA has a higher scope. But if you say, what is the scope of CA and CMA? I'll say CA has a higher scope. So asking any scope is like a question should be asked in comparison to. Okay. Then there is person who is asking, I passed CA final group 1, but after that I could not continue. Should I mention that in my CV? I mean, what do you want to mention? You have mentioned CA final 1 group passed. That's all. You don't have to elaborate saying I could not give group 2 because of personal reason, family reasons, marriage, transfer, household responsibility. No need. Just mention CA final group 1. Okay. Because whether you could continue or not, or even if you were able to continue and you have failed and therefore could not complete, the impact is same. There will always be a difference between CA final completed and CA final 1 group passed. So the solution lies, I think you can send me your CV, I will see that. Solution lies in stating limited thing. As I said, weakness don't highlight. So there is no need to mention I could not continue. Okay. So mentioning in the CV, no. Mention in the CV only what is the completed. There is no need to mention why you did not complete something. Sir, if I accepted one offer, after that I'm not interested, then that company, what to do, sir? Convey the rejection before joining. Convey the rejection before joining. After joining, don't leave. In fact, employers are happy to convey the rejection, because they feel that if you are going to join and then leave, then it is more risky for them. And you are continuing with your current company. It's fine. No issues. Conveyed. Somebody is asking, Pooja is asking, sometimes companies don't see CV, call for interview all candidates, even if they specifically want same industry experience. What to do in that case? You stick to your point. Okay, if they have not read the CV, that is their problem. So if they say, oh, you don't have experience of pharma, so you have to be plain and say, yes, I don't have experience. Oh, we wanted pharma experience candidate. So you can say, currently I'm in white goods industry and the finance and accounting everywhere is same. And since I have mentioned in the white goods industry, and since I got an interview call, I presume that you believe in the fact that the finance and accounting function in any one industry sector can also be applied to the other industry sector. And rest assured that the specific nature of pharma industry, I will grasp very fast because my grasping skills and business analytic skills are quite good. Then Pooja is asking, if one has took a job break and now searching, then what to reply in interview? Now it depends upon how long is the break. Okay. And depends upon what is the reason for the break. So if the break is 6 months to 1 year, simply say that for some personal reason, I had taken sabbatical. Okay. But if the break is for 2, 3, 4 years, this normally happens in case of girls due to the maternity or after marriage. In that case, very fact that there are two parts. They don't get interview calls. Okay. So while searching, if they ask you in the interview, means knowing your break, they have called you. So where is the question of replying in the interview? You should ask me the question, sir, I have taken a break and I'm searching, but I'm not getting interview calls. But once you get the interview calls, if you are prepared on what you have written in the CV and you are able to strongly talk about it, then certainly you can handle the interview. If you want to do the, and if they ask you, you have a break, you can easily say, yes, I have a break, but I am a very good, having a very good grasping capacity. And I remember every point which I have worked before the break also. If required, do a mock interview with me. You can write to me separately on my WhatsApp number. Okay. Then Ganga Sagar is asking, hello sir, after CA, which area open for job and other career way? I do not know. There is no other career way. If you are going for marketing, etc., now then you are done CA as a waste. But if you are saying additional career way, then I would strongly recommend you to do diploma in IFRS, because 60% of the jobs in market are IFRS. Okay. And you can talk to me about that separately, because I hold the IFRS classes, and if you need, I will send you the details. Then Suresh is asking, I recently completed CA final both groups in 4 attempts, but I tells is wrong. Your English seems to be a problem. While interview, I have completed CA final in 3rd attempt. Then any problem? See, frankly, why you have to say bluff? No need. And if at all you have passed in 4 attempts, then what is the advantage of saying in taking 3 attempts? Because whether the attempts are 3 or 4 hardly matters. Okay. So point number 1, if they ask you a pointed question, how many attempts it took for you to pass CA final? Say 4 attempts. Move forward. If they ask you, oh, why did you take so many attempts? They will not ask you why you did not pass in 3 attempts instead of 4 attempts. And frankly, based on the number of years gap seen in the CV, they will themselves realize that he is not a first attempter. And to be honest, the rank holders and first attempters anyway get placed in the campus interview. So the very fact that you are trying outside campus interview, it means everybody knows you have more than 3-4 attempts. So you don't have to get too much worried about 4 or 3 or multiple. No need to tell the false of 3 attempts. 3 or 4 difference hardly matters. Then I see Rajiv asking, I've been working in an organization for the last 1 month where I am paid 10 lakhs per month, per annum. Now I have got an offer letter of 15 lakhs per annum from an organization. Should I join another organization? Yes. What is so great about it? If it was 1 month and you are getting an offer of 15 lakhs, only thing you have to see, is there a job security in that new organization? Is there a proper, proper organization of integrity? Because if you are working for 10 lakhs, you should go to during the interview. Have you committed anything that you will continue for you will continue for 2 years, 3 years, or is your has somebody done a favor to you by giving that 10 lakh job, or have you gone through my reference or somebody else's reference? Then you should not leave. But if you have been selected on your merit, then there is no need to be this thing, because neither employers are loyal nor employees are loyal. But talk to me separately. I will assess your case separately. Okay, send me WhatsApp. Because I have never come across a situation where somebody was offered 10 lakhs and now getting 15 lakhs. Okay, I've been working in a consultancy company in sector. Okay, consultancy sector. Now I want to switch to banking sector. Is it possible? Uh, how many years you have been working? If you are working 1 or 2 years, then yes. But if you have already 5 to 10 years experience, switching to banking sector is almost impossible. Will it impact your salary? Yes, salary impact does happen, but the chances itself are low. Okay, Monica is asking, after completion of my CA final first group, I could not continue. I have mentioned CA group passed. Every time question is asked, that you have cleared CA final group, why you left for only one group? So just wanted to know whether I should only mention CA inter. No, you do mention CA final one group. And if they ask you that why did I leave, you say, in life, different priorities keep on coming. That time I had to give the personal priority. Then they will ask you, okay, along with the job, why didn't you appear? You say, whenever I'm in a job, I devote myself physically and mentally fully for the job. So I did not find it practical to do the job also and manage the personal priorities also, and along with that studies also. See, CA is not life and death. If I pass CA, I leave. If I even one group short, I die. Nothing like that. Don't make it the ultimate goal of your life. Sir, I have attended an interview. This is Shrikant. I feel interview had gone well. Interviewer said that our HR person will get back to you. But what if they did not reply at all? Okay. Then after waiting a week like that, what could be the reason for not getting reply? See, first of all, when the interviewer says that our HR will call you after a week, or our HR will call you later, we'll get back to you. You should say, hey, thank you for your, kind opportunity. May I know when roughly the HR is likely to call, or should I check with your HR after a week by visiting or by phoning? Straight away ask that, so that you have a finite date by which they will come back. But if you are not asked that during the interview itself, then you are a hanging thing, because some HRs come after 1 week, some HR come after 2 weeks, some HR feel that they give a letter to somebody else, and if that fellow doesn't join, then they have kept you in the waiting. So right now they don't want to reply you. All possibilities are there. So smartness lies asking this point in the interview itself. When they say that HR person will get back to you, you say, so fine. So any idea in how many days or how much period they will come back to me? And if he says, yeah, they will come back in 2-3 days, so fine. Say for example, after a week, can I check with your HR department? Ask that question. Don't be shy. Then I'm seeing Mukund. Is it possible to get employment outside India for a senior citizen? Which country is better to work? Senior citizen getting a job outside India is very unlikely. I have not come across such cases. But if your son or daughter is already there and you are able to get the family visa, then you can. Okay. So if that is the case, then you write to me separately. I understand, Pooja, you can contact me separately on WhatsApp. Okay. How to CMA finance? We will career is growing up. Pooja Salve, I have not understood your question. How to CMA finance? We will career. God knows. I have not understood your question, Pooja Salve. Then Rishav, sir, I am residing in Mumbai and for campus placement, I chose Bangalore city as first preference. Then the interviewer asked, why do you want to relocate at the location? Then what is the real reason for choosing Bangalore? That you tell me. Then I can answer your question. Okay. If your real reason is your parents are shifted there, or you like Bangalore than Mumbai, okay. So you should say, I'm mobile, I'm happy because I've heard even the Bangalore atmosphere is equally good. Or the best reason is that my parents are going to be there. So I have given a preface to that. Lohar, construction to banking, 3 years is not a problem. You should try. Whether you will get or not is a separate issue. Then Venkat, sir, I cleared my CA in 8 attempts, but due to COVID and some family issues, exams are only attempted but not passed. Attempted but not passed. Recently, I qualified my CA and I mentioned only 5 attempts in campus placement. Is there any problem which will arise in the interview? What you have written? I cleared my CA in 8 attempts, but due to COVID and some family issues, exams are only attempted. Yeah, I think you should have written 8 attempts. Okay, but now that you have already written, don't talk about it in the interview at all. Yeah, I do not see any further questions now. If anybody has any questions, unmute and speak. Otherwise, we can conclude today's lecture. And if anybody has any questions left, they can send me WhatsApp separately. I have given you my number here, 9167446744. And
Uh,
anybody wants to unmute and speak, please speak.
Hello, sir. Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes.
I have a question to ask. In last 13 years, I have been working in different industry. I have uh, completed my CMA. So, one specific thing I noticed that because I worked in different industries, the expertise of that specific industry, I think I don't have like business specific knowledge. And as compared to, I saw some of my friends who continued in the same industry or the same company for 12 years or for 15 years in a stretch. So what is your viewpoint on that issue? Which one is good and what is your recommendation?
According to me, more than 3 years, unless you are promoted and given a higher or increased profile, I don't think major learning is left out in any industry if you are in the same profile. So if somebody has worked for 12 years in the same profile, in the same industry and same company, then I don't think he achieves something great. Suppose you have become from a finance manager to CFO, yes, then you will have a higher profile. So beyond 3, 4, 5 years, I think if your profile is stagnated, changing to other sector also makes sense. Or if a person has done in the same sector, actually, you see, look into the fact which sectors pay well. Okay,
Okay.
IT, pharma. Okay, next in line, engineering. Next in line, sorry, IT, pharma, chemical. Next in line, engineering. Next in line, civil. Of course, construction companies sometimes pay high also. And then next in line comes some of the other sectors like textile or traditional sectors. Now, if you are in the engineering sector and if you move to pharma, then obviously your salary will increase because the industry salaries itself are higher. So my feeling is that I have myself changed from switchgear, Crompton Greaves, electrical engineering to Mafatlal chemicals, from there to white goods, Blue Star, from there to information technology, foundation software, from there to telecom, that is Reliance Infocom, from there to Gammon construction, and from there to steel and mining Mittal Group. Okay. But the point is, I used to work hard, and after 2, 3 years' time, there was hardly anybody who was able to challenge me about the industry knowledge. And second thing, what I did was I always kept the notes of my learnings in that particular industry sector, so that even after 30 years, I can tell you what are the specialities of electrical engineering sector like Crompton's. But
Okay.
everybody, if he's not very strong on that somebody goes for interview who has done 5 years in electrical engineering, 3 years in IT, 4 years in telecom, 1 year in construction, and now he's going for pharma interview, and he says, oh, electrical engineering, what I did in Crompton, I don't remember. Then that experience is useless. You must be able to remember and quote the key things of each industry sector. If you can
Yeah.
remember and quote of each industry sector, including
Right.
industry sector specific, then there is no disadvantage in changing industry sector.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Got
Yes,
it.
हेलो.
Thank you, sir.
yes, Pooja Salve.
हाँ सर, मैं हिंदी में बात कर सकती हूँ प्लीज?
हाँ, करो ना.
हाँ सर, मुझे ये पूछना था कि सीएमए के बाद हम क्या कर सकते हैं? मींस जॉब अच्छा रहेगा या फिर बिजनेस अच्छा रहेगा?
अभी ऐसा है कि सीएमए का प्रैक्टिस का जो स्कोप है बहुत इनएडिक्वेट है, बहुत कम है.
अच्छा.
तो प्रैक्टिस के क्लाइंट्स मिलना बहुत डिफिकल्ट चीज होती है. बराबर है।
जी
तो इसके कारण आजकल तो सभी लोग जॉब के लिए जाते हैं, बराबर है। मेरे ख्याल
हाँ।
से 90% से ज्यादा लोग जॉब के लिए जाते हैं।
जी
बट
बिल्कुल।
आपको अगर लगता है कि आपने जिसके पास इंटर्नशिप किया है वो आपको पार्टनर बना के ले लेगा, या आपका कोई अंकल, मामा, पिताजी ऑलरेडी कॉस्ट अकाउंटेंट प्रैक्टिस में है और उनकी प्रैक्टिस आपको मिलने वाली है, तो प्रैक्टिस में जाने में दिक्कत नहीं है। या आप लड़की हो, समझो आपका हस्बैंड प्रैक्टिसिंग कॉस्ट अकाउंटेंट है, तो देन ज्वाइनिंग हिम इज पॉसिबल। अदरवाइज 90% चांस दैट यू बेटर गो फॉर जॉब।
और कौन से सेक्टर में जॉब अच्छा रहेगा इसमें?
आज की स्थिति कैसी है कि अगर आप रैंक होल्डर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट हो तो इंस्टीट्यूट आपको कैंपस में ही प्लेस कर देगा एट अ वेरी हाई सैलरी। और अगर
ओके।
कैंपस में आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, आपको काफी अटेम्प्ट लगे हुए हैं, सो कैंपस में आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ है, क्योंकि कैंपस में जो बेस्ट मिलता है वो ले देगा। समटाइम्स इट इज भारत पेट्रोकेमिकल, आई मीन पेट्रोलियम, or some of the very good companies of Tata's, then you should take those. Other than that, suppose आपको कैंपस के बाहर का चॉइस आता है, तो आई थिंक द चॉइस इज नॉट बेस्ड ऑन सेक्टर, चॉइस इज अ कंपैरिजन ऑफ टू कंपनीज। आपको दो कंपनीज का कंपैरिजन करना चाहिए जहां आपको जॉब मिलने का चांस है। तो आपको हर जगह पे अप्लाई करना चाहिए। आपको खाली मैं बोलूंगी कि फार्मा में ही अप्लाई करो और वहां अगर मिलता ही नहीं है तो क्या, उससे अच्छा ये है कि हमको जो भी सेक्टर में मिलेगा, और अगर दो दो सेक्टर में अप्लाई किया है तो दोनों के ऑफर जब हाथ में आएंगे तभी ये बात कर सकते हैं। आप अगर बोलेगी मैं इंजीनियरिंग में नहीं करना चाहती हूँ तो और फार्मा में ही करना चाहती हूँ और फार्मा में ऑफर ही नहीं आया, तो आप ये इंजीनियरिंग में नहीं करूंगी बोल के कुछ नहीं होगा।
अच्छा, और सर फाइनेंस में एक्स्ट्रा कोर्स भी करना होता है क्या?
फाइनेंस मतलब क्या? क्योंकि फाइनेंस का मतलब लोगों को लगता है इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, इक्विटी रिसर्च, पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट। वो कॉस्ट अकाउंटेंट, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को वो जॉब कोई भी कोर्स करने से देता नहीं है, क्योंकि वहां सीएफए और सीएफपी लोग बैठे हुए हैं, और सीएफए यूएससी इज अ वेरी टफ डिग्री, बराबर है।
जी
तो अगर आप सीए में रैंक होल्डर हो तो सीएफए ट्राई करना, रैंक होल्डर नहीं हो तो मैं आपको आसान डिग्री सजेस्ट करूंगा जो फाइनेंस नहीं है लेकिन फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग है, जिसको कहा जाता है डिप्लोमा इन आईएफआरएस। 6 महीने का है, खाली एक ही
ओके।
पेपर है, पासिंग का चांसेस अच्छा है। डिटेल्स मेरे से ले लो या ऑफिस से ले लो सेपरेटली। वो
ओके।
एक ही क्वालिफिकेशन ऐसा है जो आपको काम में आ पाएगा एडिशनल जॉब डिमांड के लिए, एडिशनल सैलरी के लिए। और अगर आप बोलती हो नहीं मैं मेरा क्वालिफिकेशन और बढ़ाना चाहती हूँ, बराबर है, तो क्या
ओके।
अभी आप सीए तो नहीं कर पाओगी क्योंकि आपका एज हो चुका होगा। अभी 3 साल आर्टिकलशिप कहाँ करोगी? इसका मतलब है आपको जॉब के साथ करना है। जॉब के साथ करना है तो सबसे अच्छा कोर्स डिप्लोमा आईएफआरएस ही है, क्योंकि बाकी सब कोर्स के लिए 2-2, 3-3 साल लगते हैं और उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट कम से कम 1.5-2 लाख की है।
हाँ जी।
एंड इतना करके भी उसको काफी डिमांड है, ऐसी बात नहीं है।
अच्छा, थैंक यू सर।
या वेलकम। यस, एनीबडी एल्स? All right. If there is nobody, then let us take a photograph and please come on the video. Riddhi, please take the photograph of all.
Yes,
You
sir.
all please come on the video.
Hello.
Come on the video quickly.
Hello.
Yeah, speak.
Sir, I have a question. Please give some tips on salary negotiations.
Yeah, ask the question.
Sir, I got a offer from PwC. So I just want actually might be by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll be getting the offer. Means I'll be offering the salary by them. So how do I negotiate? Give me some tips.
Are they open for negotiation or they are just going to give you the appointment letter directly?
No, they are open for the negotiation.
Then you ask them how much you are offering me.
Mm-hmm.
उसके लिए
Actually,
फर्स्ट नहीं मोनिका, if you want to discuss in front of all, I have no problem. But otherwise, you call me after this because I will need to know your qualification, your number of years experience, your age, your need to get that job, etc. So after the lecture, this lecture is over, immediately make a phone call to me. That will be better because I will need to know a little more of your background.
Right. Sure. Thank you so much.
So everybody, please come on the video so that we can take photograph of
Hello.
today's session.
Hello.
Yeah, you ask the question afterwards. Let everybody come on. Pooja
Hello.
Salve, Monica, Asif, Sushant, Do Pooja, Ganga Sagar, Sudiksha, Lohar, Asharam, Nandakishore, Tamanna, Rajiv. Do you want
Hello.
to come on video? Then it's fine. Otherwise, we are taking the photograph without you. All right. Yes, quickly, please come. Then you can put in your CV, attended sessions on interview handling. All right. Yes. Somebody has a question. Please ask.
हेलो.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Go ahead.
हाँ सर, मुझे ऐसा पूछना था सर, सीएमए के बाद में मैं सीएफए कर सकता हूँ? मैं एवरेज स्टूडेंट हूँ तो मुझे सीएफए करना चाहिए सर.
If you are an average student, बराबर है, तो आप क्या करो, मेरा एडवाइस ये रहेगा, सीएफए मत करो.
अच्छा.
ओके. फिर भी आपको लगता है कि सर ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हैं,
हाँ हाँ.
तो सीएफए का मटेरियल वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल है. उसके पहले 10 पेजेस पढ़ो, आपको
Okay.
कितना समझ में आता है देखो. 99% वो समझ में आना मुश्किल है. फिर आपका विचार पक्का हो जाएगा नहीं करने का.
ओके सर. ये कोचिंग ज्वाइन करके हो सकते हैं सर?
कोचिंग वाले उल्लू बनाते हैं,
अच्छा,
पैसा निकालते हैं बस.
ओके सर.
जो चीज कोचिंग करने से आती है और खुद से नहीं आती है, पहले 10 पेजेस पढ़ के भी नहीं आती है, उसमें कोचिंग करने से भी कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
करेक्ट.
ओके. आप ऐसा करो ना, सीएफए का मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, वो पढ़ के 10 पेजेस नहीं, एक पूरा चैप्टर पढ़ो, 5 चैप्टर पढ़ो, और उसके बाद में आपको कितना याद रहता है, कितना समझता है देखो.
ओके सर.
बराबर है. क्योंकि क्या है ना, हर चीज खुद को नहीं समझेगी तो वो क्वालिफिकेशन मिलना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. और उसका क्या है, स्पेशली लेवल 3 का रिजल्ट एक्चुअली 1% है.
अच्छा. हाँ.
और जहां तक लोग, मुंबई में बात करता हूँ, जहां तक लोग पास होते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ देम हु हैव पास्ड आर आइदर सीए रैंक होल्डर्स or they are working in a foreign bank like HSBC or Standard Chartered. Other than that, people are not passing. Okay. आपको आपने सीए या सीए में किया है, क्या किया है?
सीए में फाइनल में हो सर अभी.
फाइनल में हो अभी तक? अरे बाप रे. ओके. फाइनल में फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट का पेपर हो चुका है?
नहीं सर, अभी एकदम जून में सर.
हाँ?
उसके एकदम जून में क्लासेस हो चुके हैं मेरे. एग्जाम के प्रिपरेशन कर रहा हूँ अभी.
हाँ. ठीक है. फिर वो फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट में आपको 75 एंड अबव मार्क मिलते हैं.
हाँ.
तो फिर सोचो, मुझे कांटेक्ट करो उस टाइम.
ओके सर. ओके. थैंक यू सर.
Anybody else? All right. So thank you everybody and bye bye. We are keeping these sessions every Saturday 7 to 8 p.m. And thank you for joining in big numbers. Take care. All the best. Contact on WhatsApp anytime you want. Bye bye. I am leaving. Any questions? No? All right. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Welcome, madam.
Thank you, sir.